Nokia came back with the G series. It's a promise of always secure, built to last, and a name you can trust. For a different reason, I like them, and I think you will too. These are the Nokia G10 and G20. Simple and lightly spec'd. It just works. Now, the G10 and G20 are basically the same phone. They are similar in the display. 6.52-inch regular LCD covered with a 2.5D glass protection, so it's slightly curved at the edges. 720 by 1600 pixels resolution, water drop notch, which they are calling V notch for the selfie camera. Small chin down in the bottom with Nokia logo in the middle. To the side is the fingerprint sensor, which is also the power button. Volume rocker on the top. The other side has the SIM slot, dual nano SIM, with a dedicated micro SD card slot and a dedicated Google Assistant button. On top is the headphone jack and mic, while the bottom has the second mic, USB charging port and loudspeaker. The back is completely plastic, matte finish, nano 3D texture and Nokia logo engraved vertically in the middle. A dual LED flash and a circular camera bump. More on that later. Both the Nokia G10 and G20 comes with a 5050 mAh battery with 10 watts chargers, assisted by AI that can last up to 3 days, which Nokia tested on the real life usage. 5 hours per day, playing games, video streaming, calling, sending SMS, browsing the web, using social media apps, playing music, reading the news and navigation under normal device settings indoors. Overnight, it was left on standby mode. Now the difference. The circular camera module for the G10 is a triple setup. 13 megapixel main lens plus 2 megapixel macro lens plus 2 megapixel depth lens. The fourth is the LED flash. For the G20, it's the same circular bump but 4 cameras. 48 megapixel main lens, wide with autofocus, plus 5 megapixel ultra wide lens plus 2 megapixel macro and 2 megapixel depth lens. The flash is placed below. That is the camera department. For the processor, the G10 uses the Helio G25, 3GB and 4GB RAM, 32GB and 64GB storage options. The G20 uses Helio G35, 4GB RAM, 64 and 128GB memory options. Both phones have memory card slot that can take up to 512 gigs. The G10 comes in dusk and night colors, while the G20 comes in glacier and night colors. They are both part of the Android One experience, so they have the stock Android 11 with 2 years of software upgrade and 3 years of security update, so you're covered for the next 3 years. Holding the camera in your hands, you can hardly differentiate them, but if you pay close attention to the camera bump at the back, you'll see that the G20 has its flash below the camera bump, while the G10 has its flash in the fourth spot in the bump. They are available now in the market. To get them, you don't need to pay any attention. You pay 56,100 naira for the G10 3GB 32GB memory, 60,900 naira for the G10 4GB 64GB. For the G20, you pay 69,800 for this full 64GB and 76,700 naira for the 4GB 128GB storage version. To me, simplicity is actually what does it for me with the G series. Simplicity in design, specs, and pricing with a good name to back it all up, Nokia. They come with a pair of wired earbuds in the box, charger, SIM removal tool and transparent leather case. It's generally an okay phone for most users. It's your public tech advisor. Thank you for watching. Until the next one, cheers.